Hey, call me Shape. And today I'm reacting to a video titled Pretty Black Women Feeling the Pain as Black Men Walk Away. Let's get right into it.
For the love of Pete, please stop asking people that are over the age of 40 that do not have kids. You don't have kids? Why don't you have kids? You don't want to have kids? What if we asked you, you got kids? Why do you have kids? You wanted to have kids? You see how that sounds? It sounds judgy, right? It sounds judgmental. And it's not right. It's not right if we did it to you. It's not right when you do it to us. It is okay to be over the age of 40 and not have children. I want you to understand this. Some people don't have children by choice, which is okay. Some people don't have children by force, meaning that life in some kind of way has not allowed them to. There are a number of reasons as to why. Understand, you got to be sensitive, okay? You got to be sensitive with that. So let's start accepting that some people over the age of 40 are childless, and it's okay. Like, I'm a mumty, okay? I'm a mom auntie. I love my nieces and nephews and my godchildren, right? I get to be a mother figure to them. I love it. And so I just want us to be okay and start normalizing rich auntie vibes, right? Mum-ty vibes, okay? Childless over 40 vibes. It's normal. It's okay. I promise y'all, we're okay. Be easy breezy. Good gracious.
All right, Mom T, calm down, okay? If I knew that you had a nose ring from the jump, I would have said, okay, I know you're childless if you're 40 years old and over, okay? Because who's 40 and wears Ray-Bans and a nose ring? And even though I do like her pea coat style looking jacket and the hoodie type of look, I still concerned like, yo, how come you don't look like your age? I get it that you're a rich auntie. I get it. And it's your choice not to have children. That's up to you, okay? In the future, I'll determine if that was a good decision that you made or not. We'll see, okay? But she is not the only one. A lot of women over the age of 40 don't have children, and they're very attractive. I won't lie. They're very attractive. And they make pretty decent arguments as to why they don't have kids. I'm not knocking them for not having kids, but let them speak and you determine what you think they got to say.
I'm almost 43. I'm child free. This was done intentionally. I don't think that I should ever be shamed for my choice not to have a child. I'm an aunt, and I would be pulled limb from limb for those kids, but I still don't want any. I feel like we've been conditioned by society to feel like as women, it's like our life's purpose because we were gifted by God to have children. And I've always known at a very young age that that was not something that I wanted to participate in. So as your big sister or aunt, I want to tell you young ladies, if you decide not to have kids, that is okay, my love. And if you do want to have kids, baby, listen to me. It should be a well thought out, planned thing, and you should absolutely take into consideration the person that you are having that kid or those children with. That this is not something that God intended for you to do alone, and that's happening way too much in our society. I love you. Whatever you decide, I love you.
I'm not gonna lie, yo. This girl, to me, is bad. This is a beautiful black woman who I feel so bad for her. She's just throwing her life away, in my personal opinion, by not starting a family, having a child, okay? And having a child. Instead, she wants to be a rich auntie. We're rich aunties, you know what I'm saying? And just look beautiful and try to compete with 21-year-old, 22-year-old girls the rest of her life. And I won't lie, she's doing a pretty good job. I mean, not to be weird or nothing, but just look at this girl's underarms, okay? It's the same color as her entire complexion. She looks very healthy. Okay, and nice cleavage, nice skin. Okay, she got a wig on, but it looks good. Her makeup's done. Everything is looking good. Okay, and so to me, why would a woman like this want to be alone her entire life, right? Because dating after 40, no matter how good you look, can't be easy. Okay, it's not. And this is why many girls are making TikTok videos about it. Oh my God, you interrupted me, girl. This is why many girls are making TikTok videos about it. Okay, here's a girl in her 40s. And she's trying to answer a question that someone said in her comments. The comment was, have fun alone in your nursing home when you are 80. Okay, and she didn't take too kind to this, so let's see what she has to say and we'll respond to it.
I wanted to address this comment right here because it's one that I get a lot. I don't think anyone in the history of the world who's ever been pregnant with a child has said, I want to get pregnant so that I have a caretaker when I'm 80. I really don't understand the amount of people who comment this in my comment section and actually believe this. So I have a friend who's a palliative care nurse, and she says that hands down the most lonely people in the palliative care ward are parents. Typically, the most lonely elderly people in her palliative care ward are parents who have really strained relationships with their kids. Others have great relationships with their kids, but the kids just don't visit anyways, and they wonder what they've done wrong. Recently, one of the most well-loved people in her palliative care ward is an elderly child-free woman. She has tons of friends visiting her all of the time and just loves her life. Her husband's at the palliative care ward with her and treats her like a gem. Me being a child-free woman just assumes that people who want kids just really love children and want to foster a nice family unit at home and enjoy their offspring, not give birth to caretakers to prepare themselves for their old age. And I really hope that people who think like this person aren't out judging us all because we didn't have kids. I mean, what a sad thing to look at somebody who doesn't have children. You don't know what their life situation is. Like, they could be infertile. Can we be a little bit more sensitive and caring? And I also wonder about people like this person here who comments stuff like this. I mean, what happens if you're young and you try to have children and you can't have kids? Do you regret comments like this? And what if your kids are annoying and you don't want them bothering you at the nursing home? And to the rest of you who say that you're sick of my child-free content, I feel like I've started a discussion with my audience that they really enjoy. And there's a lot of child-free women out there who just really appreciate this safe space. So really, you don't have to worry about me. I'm good. I wanted to address this comment.
Hey, listen up, Shape Squad. If you're enjoying the content and want to support the channel, right now you could buy me a coffee. That's right, buy me a coffee. You could click the link in the description or use my QR code to make a one-time or monthly donation. It's easy, simple, and it goes a long way. All your support goes to funding the channel and keeping it safe from you know what. And it allows me to make better content and even collaborate with other content creators. So thank you for rocking with me. Now let's get right back to the content. I don't think anyone's worried about you, okay? And I would say she's average looking, an average looking black woman, and she thinks like an average black woman. You know, it's funny because no one questions should they dedicate their life to a job and die broke, right? We just accept that. No one even thinks, no one bats an eye, right? Like, of course, go to school, get a good job, career. But women, when you're over the age of 40, if all you have is a career, you don't have anything. A lot of people get older and get fired from their jobs so they don't collect as much retirement as they could possibly get. Whether that's a pension or whatever that is, what kind of benefits. You know, they realize the longer some people work at these jobs, the more expensive they get, and they're actually not better in productivity. So they get replaced by their younger counterparts that are graduating college, just like she did. You know what I'm saying? But newly grads don't require as much money as some of these old women that have been working there for a while. Anyway, I say this to say that, you know, she's accepting a lifestyle and just adhering to it with dogma. And she's judging everyone else saying, oh, well, you know, I could be infertile. Most people aren't infertile. Most people, like you, chose not to have kids. They know, they can tell. They can just look at you and say, this is a well-to-do woman that's by herself, uncovered. Okay, why would you want to do that? Okay, and according to her, you know, she'd rather be an auntie. She'd rather just have a bunch of friends that can come visit her and whatnot. She wants a community, but she wants a community of people that she's not obligated to. She doesn't want any sense of duties. You know, so, hey, look, yeah, if you don't want to have any kids, that's fine. But the fact that y'all women defend yourself online, to me, shows signs of regret. I don't know, maybe. I'm just saying, okay? Anyway. There are more attractive black women who are over the age of 40 that are upset that people are pushing back. Like, hey, how come you don't have kids, right? Not just random people, but I'm sure their friends and their family.
I've been officially inducted into the 40 Club. My birthday was on November 17th, and I am 40 now. I want to finish up my list of things I've been learning as I've been approaching 40. Had to take a break for a little bit with the election results and all that kind of stuff to just make sure I was taking care of myself mentally. But let's finish out my list. I'm going to do it rapid fire. So I'm going to do sets of 5 per video. So here we go. Here's the first one. As I've gotten older, I've noticed I am starting to lose different relationships, or my relationships and friendships are changing. And I am not necessarily mad at that. I think it's important to know as you age where to place people in your life, like who to release, who to reconcile with. And for me, it's been important to establish a litmus test that helps me to identify who is who and what buckets to place them in. So for me, it's things like communication. Can I trust you? Are you loyal? If I communicate an issue that I'm having with you in our friendship, how you respond to that communicates back to me how I'm going to move forward in that friendship. And it's not always that we're going to stay friends, and that's okay. Number 2, treat yourself to luxury experiences at whatever price point you can afford. And you don't have to wait for a special occasion to do this. So for you, that may be a nice lunch throughout the week. If you're someone who typically eats out on weekends, treat yourself to a nice lunch throughout the week. It could be something like laser hair removal. I'm going through that process right now, and it came in very handy on my beach vacation. Not having to shave was amazing. I also like spa services. Sometimes it could be getting your nails done. Sometimes it could be a simple sweet treat, a cookie or a cupcake or something like that after work. Whatever you can afford, try to treat yourselves to those things as often as you can, because we need breaks in between the mundane and the staleness of our week. And you don't always have to wait for your birthday to get a treat. Here's the next one, and you probably heard it before, but it is so important, so I'm going to say it again. Establish boundaries early on in your relationships with people, and stand on business when it comes to your boundaries. If someone cares about you, they're going to respect the boundaries that you are establishing. If they continue to step on them, that's communicating something to you. And see the one we talked about earlier, you need to decide if that's a relationship you want to move forward in. The next one's going to be about self-esteem and mental health. 2 very important things. And as the title, especially for self-esteem, implies, these are yours to manage. It is your responsibility to make sure that your self-esteem remains high, or that you're addressing any issues or gaps or concerns within your self-esteem. And the same thing with your mental health. People who care about you are in your life. They may want to help you. They may want to assist you. They can support you in those journeys, but they're yours to own and manage. No one else can do the work that it takes to make sure that your self-esteem is high, or that your mental health is being managed well. So take up the responsibility and do what you need to do to keep yourself together. And the final one for today is going to be to document your journey. That's the one thing that I wish I would have did more of when I was younger, was take more pictures, do more journaling, having more evidence of my lived experiences to look back on. Because sometimes when you don't feel like you are where you're supposed to be, it helps to look back on how far you have come. And I will never get over the importance of memories with friends and family. So this birthday trip, I took a lot of pictures, and I'm going to be better about doing that in the future going forward. Even when I don't want to, I would rather have the evidence and the photo of the memory with my family and my friends. So stay tuned. I'm going to continue to finish out my list the rest of this week. Bye.
She's another one of those. She qualifies for being a wife based on attraction, but not based on her mind. Her mindset's all over the place. Why would you want to get old just to lose friends and have luxury experiences? By yourself, no kids. I don't know why. A lot of women are so optimistic, and it's good. I think eternal optimists are, it's a good quality, right? But you don't want to be delusional. This optimism is turning into delusion. Yes, you are a beautiful woman. You are. You're another woman that has this very clean looking underarms, which, by the way, I find very attractive, because a lot of girls have hyperpigmentation in their underarms. This girl has, very clean looking. She says she did laser hair removal. Scrumptious, right? She will pass a sniff test, I'm sure. Okay? And you know what? She's smart. I can't say this girl's dumb. She's very well spoken. But the problem is that she thinks that matters compared to her competition. She thinks that being young doesn't matter. I could be 40 years old and get the man that I want. I could have it all. I could have it all. You can't. You can't. And I'm sorry. It saddens me that women think this. They think this lie, and they think their beauty, their education. All this is all a man wants. Men don't care about youth at all. No, men don't care about youth. Okay? But there's other women that understand that women are going to choose to be single. Women are not going to be able to find partners in their 40s. And that's why there's a whole TikTok dedicated to 40 and over, the 40 and over side of TikTok. And there's one person commented on her video, "Oh my gosh, I just turned 40 in January and I've already been single for 4 years. What the hell am I supposed to do? LOL." Okay, and of course, this woman over 40 is going to have the best advice because she's probably in the similar shoes. And this girl is attractive too. Gee, what do you know? You know what I'm saying? So let's see what she has to say and we will respond.
My solid advice to you would be to go to Target, get you a weighted blanket for when you feel like you need to be held, especially in the wintertime. It also helps with anxiety and PTSD. And get you a rose. It's one of the best orgasms you'll ever have. And in the meantime, keep holding on to God's unchanging hand.
Imagine that. Oh my God, the greatest prescription for women that are over 40, childless, and single. Which, by the way, if you're this attractive as a woman, you're this clever, why can't you just go out and get a man? I don't understand. I feel like people are making it harder for themselves. Like they're like rebelling against society. Society says get married, have kids. Society clearly is wrong. You clearly are right. That being single in your 40s is the way to go. And getting married when you're 20s is bondage and slavery. But I feel like this is bondage, right? This is bondage to awful life. And she said, get a weighted blanket. Get a rose. It's the best O you're ever going to experience. That might be true. Maybe it is. I don't know. Electronic O, okay? And in the future, they're going to have AI boyfriends for these girls, right? That will come equipped with a weighted blanket, will come equipped with a rose or a bunny, right? And then it will talk to you while you're laying down, okay? It will damn near cuddle you, okay? Which, by the way, if anybody on the tech side wants to invent something like this, a body that can hold a girl, kind of like a weighted blanket, okay, has a spot where it can actually vibrate her Virginia, right, and talk to her. That might be a product that will be very valuable in the next 10 years. Anyway, moving forward, there are still more women that have this predicament, but some of them, what happens is they become over the age of 40 or 30 and they're beautiful, but they are moms. They're single moms. So this is the alternative to maybe being single. A lot of these girls are trying to be anti-single mom. This girl's a single mom and she kind of breaks it down what it's like to be a baddie mom.
All right, so I want to let you guys know one thing that I realized over time. I became a mom. I understand that sometimes, we're not going to feel like our best every single day. But I understand you got to get up and look good, not only for you, but for your kids, because your kids are a representation of you. All right, so I want to let you...
And that's what she learned. When you become a single mom, you got to take care of yourself. You got to look good because you got kids. And she looks great. I can't lie. A lot of girls are saying, well, gee, if I'm going to be a girl that's a single mom and raising all these kids by myself and still got to be beautiful, I'd rather just be beautiful and not have to raise these kids by myself. And I get it. And by the way, she subscribes to the nose ring too. Okay? And she is a very attractive woman. I'm talking about Sanaa Lathan attractive. Jesus Christ. This girl is at 8, 9, and 10 for real, for real. And she's a single mom. But unfortunately for her, which she doesn't realize it, most men would still rather date a girl who was childless, even if that means she's less attractive. I know I personally would. I don't know about you, okay? I don't want to share, control in my household with another man, and that would be what you'd have to do if you're dating a single mom. Anyway, moving forward, we have another woman who's 40, unmarried, and has no children. I guess she never had children. She'd never been married, okay? So, wow, life is hitting her fast, and we're going to let her speak, and then we're going to respond.
Hey, this is CJ Benjamin. A little personal message for you today. I'm almost 40 years old. And I'm not married and I don't have children. And this comes with a sense of judgment from others who believe that I haven't yet fulfilled my destiny, if you will. People who believe that there's a mission that I have, to be married and have children, and I haven't done that yet. So to many people, there's something lacking and something missing in my life. And this message is for you. If you're also in the same boat, if you're 40, in your 40s, almost 40, and you haven't yet got married, or you don't have children, or you don't intend to. So here's what I want you to know. When people meet me, it's one of the first questions I get. Are you married? Do you plan on getting married? Do you have children? Are you dating? People are very interested in my relationship status. Nobody asks if I'm healthy, if I'm happy, if I'm fulfilled, if I have a good life, if all is going well. But my relationship status seems to be at the top of the priority list as far as questions are. And I don't blame people, nor do I get angry with people, because I understand that this comes from centuries of expectation of a woman and of people at our age. So I understand that for many people, I have not yet done what I'm supposed to do, which is get married and have children. And here's what I want you to know. I'm not lacking in any department, my friends. I'm very happy, I'm very fulfilled, and I'm very content. Do I believe in relationships? Absolutely. I believe that relationships are important, they're crucial. I believe that we're not meant to be alone necessarily. I believe that having a partner is wonderful if you're with the partner that builds you, if you're with a partner that complements you at the level of your soul, if you're with somebody that really connects with who you are and doesn't change who you are. So that's wonderful. If you have that and if you can find it, great. Being alone does not mean we're unhappy. Does not mean that we're sad and that we're looking online all day trying to find somebody. I'm not looking for anything in particular right now. I have a really good life and I'm very happy and successful. And here's something else. I've worked incredibly hard for the life that I now enjoy. My life is read like a novel. There have been incredible highs, but even worse lows. And all of that has helped me to be shaped into the woman that I am today. The woman that I am today is self-made. I put my blood, sweat, and tears into who I've become. Nobody's done it for me. No one's handed it to me. And there is no man that has provided for me. Not that it's wrong if a man provides for you, but I've done this on my own. And I'm incredibly proud of myself. So I'm not lacking. Don't be worried about me. I'm really, really good. And when the time comes that I do want to settle down with somebody, it would be because I'm ready for that at that time in my life with the right person. It's very important for me to stress that. So I thought I'd share this for everybody else who feels less than in the company of your married friends, who feels less than when you with your friends who have children, because they might make you feel less than because you don't have it. We each have our own path. I'm on my own path in this world, and that's not shaped and colored by anybody else's experience or anybody else's expectations of me. So I'm sharing this. It's very personal. It's very bare, but you know I'm quite transparent with you. But know that I'm happy. Happiness is the pursuit of life, I believe, more than anything. Some of us are in relationships where we're deeply unhappy, troubled. Some are in relationships where you're being abused and you stay because you don't want to upset the delicate barrel of your life by letting people know that the marriage is unhappy, that the relationship is not good. So we stay and we put on a facade and we pretend. I don't want to pretend for anything or anybody. Some people are in relationships where you know you're with the wrong person, but you'd rather be with the wrong.
All right. The cope is going on, and cope. You're wrong. You might be in a relationship, but you're unhappy. What about why don't you talk about the best case scenario? See, a lot of these girls are operating from fear. Oh, well, I could be in a relationship and be miserable. I could be in a relationship. I could be so. They fear relationships more than men, and they're the ones that ruin relationships the most. You would have think that we were filing divorce from women at an 80% clip. You would have thought that it was us, that we're the ones filing for divorce at an 80% clip. They're filing for divorce at an 80% clip, yet they're looking at us like we got to be worried about being in a relationship with men. Women are more convinced that there's more fulfillment in having a job. A job is complete slavery. People don't even understand it. She thinks she has a great life because she has a great job. Oh my God, you're such a successful woman. You're in a corner office. You're a white-collar success. And she thinks we're impressed by this. And she thinks when she's ready, she could ignore time. She could ignore everything. She could ignore biology. She could ignore scripture. She could just listen to herself. She could be her own God. And hold herself to her own standards and live an amazing life. But I ask this question. Girl, what the hell do you know? What the hell do you know? The arrogance, the ego to think, oh, well, I'm smart, I'm brilliant, I know exactly when to have kids. Don't people make me feel like I'm less than. We ain't making you feel like you less than. You feel less than. Ain't no woman going around. We know how women are. Ain't no married woman going around making it seem like you're less than. They're just looking at you like, oh, you don't got this in your life? Oh. It's no different than men in success. If people look at a man like, yo, what are you doing? If you see a man, he still lives at home at 37. People are like, yo, why you still living at home at 37? How come you don't have your own place? How come you're not doing your own thing? How come, if you're still begging for your parents to take care of you in your 40s, people will look at you like, how come you're not grown and being an adult? Everyone that's not on the right course gets questioned, okay? Success, if you have money and a great family, no one questions anything. You ever wonder that? Those people never tell you that, hey, these people make us feel less than. But this is exactly why women end up with the wrong men, because they want men to put them on a pedestal, to make them feel good about themselves. Oh, I'm a brilliant woman. I'm smart. I'm so accomplished. Well, guess who's going to appreciate that? A Pookie. A Pookie's going to appreciate that. And I got a Pookie. I found a Pookie right here. I got a Pookie right here, and he loves older women. He loves older women. I ain't going to even say for him. I'm going to let him tell it.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, man. Boy, I tell y'all, boy. Women in their 30s and 40s, boy. Damn. Boy, y'all be looking good, boy. Shit, boy. Look, I ain't lying, man. I ain't your damn son. So you ain't gotta do all that. You ain't gotta do that. I got a son your age. You ain't gotta do none of that with me. You feel me? You know damn when you want some young, you want a young nigga. Stop being like that, mama. Shit. Looking all good in 30s and 40s and shit. Looking all good and shit. Man, what? Man, y'all be looking good, man. Y'all do. Y'all want a young nigga, man, go get your young nigga, man. Tell me I got a son your age. I ain't your son. I'm trying to get to know you though, auntie. For real, auntie. Man.
Yeah, he gonna refer to you as y'all refer to yourselves, auntie. He wants some of that, auntie. You ready for this, auntie? You done made it. 40 years old, you're successful, you got a good job, and now look at the man. This is the prize waiting for you at the finish line. This guy. You get Pookie, you get a YN. Women have become so successful, all these degrees, successful job, corner office, just to become old, and you know what they get? A YN. They get a YN in menopause. To me, this is a horrible way to age out. This is a horrible way. Yeah, and then this dude's gonna knock your bum ass up. These girls, this dude's gonna knock these ladies up. And they gonna complain, oh, men ain't nothing. I told you, this is why I stay single this whole time. It's always everybody else but themselves. There's a lack of accountability across the board. It's everybody else. All they do is point the finger, and all they say is people point the finger at me. Everybody's just going like this. Everybody just pointing their finger. But anyway, this is the life they signed up for. I'm happy they're getting it. You know what I'm saying? It's sad, but men, us black men of value, we're walking away. If I find a black girl that's well-to-do and has a braid on her head, I am going to value her. Because a lot of women I see, they're not that. They're attractive, but they have kids. They're attractive, but they're older and they aged out. They're attractive, but, you know, they decided that a man is not what they need. They're not missing anything in their life. And I'm not saying you're missing anything, but, you know, what's your purpose? Does your purpose come from your mind? My purpose comes from God. I believe in God. People want to know, I believe in God. My purpose comes from God. So his assignment for me is the assignment I'm working on. You know what I'm saying? To become great, to become my best self. To be fruitful and multiply. A lot of these women, they just want to get money, to have luxury experiences and be happy and be fulfilled, that they don't need nobody. That's their reward. They don't need nobody. So, I don't know. I guess they're going to get exactly what they sow. Anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Channel blowing up. I appreciate you guys. Check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you over there.